Hi, Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Hamza Noor, and today we are going to talk about A Levels Maths 9709 P1, one of the updated syllabus topics, which is transformation of functions, and this will be tested from June 2020 attempt and onwards. Um, we have basically three types of transformations of functions over here. The first is translation, the second one is reflection, and the third one is a stretch. So I'm just going to uh, give you a few examples and explain the concepts about this. So the first one is translation. What does translation means? This means moving a function, moving the graph of a function horizontally or vertically. Moving the graph of a function horizontally or vertically. As simple as that. So this means we have two types of translation. One is horizontal translation and the second is a vertical translation. So keeping it much more easier for you to understand, fx plus a, if you are given a basic function like fx, now you are given fx plus a. Okay, so a constant term is added within a function. Fx plus a is a horizontal translation of minus a. Is a horizontal translation of minus a. Means this can be a translation by a vector. You need to move it horizontally, right? Moving it horizontally means moving it along the x-axis. Alright, so the translation vector will be like this: minus a, 0. All you need to do is only shift the graph horizontally. This means only change the x coordinates and the y coordinates will be remain unchanged. And the second translation is a vertical translation. This is like this: fx, and a constant is added after a function. Fx plus a is a vertical translation of a. Is a vertical translation of a. So all you need to do is shift the y coordinates vertically by a. Vertical translation of a. So the translation vector will be, since it is a vertical translation, only there would be change y coordinates and x coordinates will remain the same. So 0 and a. Alright. So in the first case, when fx plus a, this is a horizontal translation of minus a. Always remember that. If for example, if you are given like fx plus 2 like this, so this means a horizontal translation of minus 2, and the translation vector will be minus 2 and 0. All you need to do is change the transform the x coordinates with this translation vector. So now just let's have a look at a few examples over here. For example, if you are given a graph like this, a simple graph like fx, we just say it fx, okay, and you are asked that find fx plus 2. All you need to do is sketch this graph. You need to translate it. So first thing you need to decide whether it is a horizontal translation or a vertical translation. So since you know that when a constant term is added within a function, so it is a horizontal translation of minus a. So you will say that this is a horizontal translation of minus 2, and each of the x coordinates, right? Because you need to just transform it horizontally, so each of the x coordinates will move with this vector minus 2 and 0. So let's say if this turning point of the graph is origin 0 comma 0. So this will become like this, minus 2 comma 0. This 0 comma 0 will be translated to minus 2 comma 0, since there is a horizontal translation. So if I just make it over here, so the turning point will be right here like this, and there is no change in the y coordinate. Alright, in horizontal translation there is no change in the y coordinate, so the graph will be transformed like this. In the second part of our example, if we are asked like fx and then 2 is added after a function, so this means a vertical translation of 2, and vertical translation of means, the vertical translation of 2 means that you need to translate this function in this vector 0 and 2. Okay, so if you had the original function like this, where turning point was the origin, so fx plus 2 will be a vertical translation of 2. So the turning point will just move vertically upwards like here. So there will be only change in the y coordinate, and the x coordinate will remain the same. Alright, so you have an example over here. If the graph of fx is given to you like this, let's say it's a curve like this, so, and let's say this coordinate is 0 comma 1. So just to sketch this graph, fx minus 3 and fx plus 3. Okay, so fx minus 3 will be a horizontal translation of 3. So you can sketch this graph yourself. Alright, now coming to the second type of transformation, that is reflection. I'll just erase this working over here. You can take a screenshots if you want. Okay, so now coming to the reflections part, so you can transform the graph like of a function by reflecting the graph of a function by reflecting the graph in one of the axes, like either in the x-axis or y-axis. Okay, in one of the axes. Very simple. Let's take a look at an example, and before solving an example, let's just make it easier for you to understand this. If a negative sign is multiplied outside a function, like if first thing you are given a function like this fx, alright, so if it is minus fx, so minus fx means it is a reflection in the x-axis. Minus fx is a reflection in the x-axis. And the second case is that if you need to reflect the function, the graph of a function in the y-axis, so this will be like this. A minus sign is multiplied within the function. Well, like wherever there is the value of x in a function, it will be multiplied with a minus sign. Okay, so f minus x is a reflection in the y-axis. Okay, now just let's take a look at an example. If you are given a function like this, y is equal to fx, and if you are asked to make a sketch of y is equal to f minus x or minus fx. Let's say you are asked to make a graph of y is equal to f minus x. So f minus x is a reflection in the y-axis. So all you need to do is just reflect this graph in the y-axis. Like this will be like this. Okay, very much simpler. Basically, the y-axis is the line of reflection, and you can recall this concepts from O-levels transformations, which you have studied previously. And the second, if you are asked to make a sketch of y is equal to minus fx, so minus fx is a reflection in the x-axis if you are given the original function like this. So minus fx will be like this. It is basically the reflection in the x-axis, so it will go like this. Okay. So very much simple. For example, if you are given a function like this, fx is equal to x multiplied by x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 2. So the first thing you know that this is a cubic graph because the highest power of x is 3. So you are asked to sketch the graphs of, in part A you are asked like this, 1 plus f minus x. Okay, and the second part is, part B is asking minus fx plus 3. Now here you can see that part B is a combination of reflection and a horizontal translation because a constant term is added within a function. And in part A you can see that this is a combination of reflection and a vertical translation. In part B there is horizontal translation and reflection, and in part A there is vertical translation and reflection. Okay, so as I told you earlier that minus fx is a reflection in the x-axis and f minus x is a reflection in the y-axis. So the part A is saying that 1 plus f minus x. Okay, the first thing is that you need to make a cubic graph. First thing is just sketch a cubic graph over here. There will be 3 roots of a cubic graph. One root is 0, the origin. One root is x is equal to 2, and one root is x is equal to minus 1. Alright, so the graph will be like this. Okay, so this is the graph of y is equal to fx. So how many coordinates do you have? You have 0 comma 0, you have minus 1 comma 0, and you have 2 comma 0. Alright, so all you need to do is just perform the process of transformation. First thing is that you need to reflect it in the y-axis. Okay, first reflect it in the y-axis. So how is this going to work? Like the coordinate here will shift towards here and the coordinate here will shift towards here. Okay, so the roots will be like this. Let me just come on the next page and make it much more accurate. This root will be minus 2 and this root will be 1, and the origin will still remain the same, and so all you need to do is just draw a graph like this. Let me just make it more accurate. This is better. Okay, and this is basically the reflection in the line y-axis, but part A is still not complete. All you need to do is now to perform a vertical translation of 1, because a constant term is added outside the function. So all you need to do is shift this graph vertically with a translation of 0 and 1. So if you just mark these coordinates over here, so if you mark these coordinates, one is -2, 0, one is 0, 0, and the third coordinate is 1, 0. There will be only change in the y coordinates because it is a vertical translation. Alright, x coordinates will remain the same, so the new coordinates of the graph will be like this. If I just erase some extra working from here, and let me just find the new coordinates. -2, 1, because each point is moving vertically by a translation of 1. 0, 1 and 1, 1. So all you need to do is just sketch this. -2, 1, 0, 1. Let me just write it over here. -2, 1, 0, 1, and 1, 1. Okay, just sketch this graph. So this graph has just moved vertically upwards with a translation of 0 and 1. Okay, so in the part B it was asked minus fx plus 3. So minus fx plus 3. First thing is that you need to translate the graph of the function horizontally with a translation. This is a horizontal translation of -3, and the vector will be -3, 0, the translation vector. So what was the original graph? The original graph was basically like this. Okay, let me just erase the extra working over here. Minus fx plus 3 minus fx plus 3. So first thing is that you need to horizontally translate this. The coordinates are -1, 0, and 0, 0, and 2, 0. Only a horizontal translation, right? So the x coordinates will be moved -3. This is a horizontal translation of -3. The translation vector is translation vector is -3, 0. So all of these points will be shifted horizontally with -3. So this will come to -4. This origin will come to -3, somewhere like थोड़ा और एक्यूरेट बनाना पड़ेगा. ये लीजिए, -1 will come over here like -4, and 0 will come over here like -3, okay, and 2 will come like here -1. So the new graph will be just like this. Okay, but the thing is that we have just made the graph of fx plus 3. We have done only the horizontal translation of -3, but the reflection is still left, and as I told you earlier that minus fx is a reflection in the x-axis, all you need to do is just translate this blue graph, reflect this blue graph in the x-axis. So let me just make it again over here. The graph which you have just obtained from translating it horizontally with with the translation vector -3, 0. The graph is like this: -4, -3, -1. These are 3 points. Okay, -4, -3, -1, and the graph just goes like this. Okay, now all you need to do is reflect this whole graph in the x-axis. So this black part over the x-axis will come down like this. If I make it with a black marker, and this black part over here will be reflected upwards. So this red part is the new graph. Alright, so this is the graph of minus fx plus 3. So the last transformation is stretch. I will come back with a new video. Thank you for watching this, and if you like this video, do subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading more videos soon for the A-Levels Math syllabus, and please let me know in the comment section that which topics in A-Levels Math are you finding difficulty. So I'll upload the lectures, and my approach will be maximum past papers and the questions. So hope to see you guys soon. Thank you for watching.